When the sky turned red, and the ground beneath her feet began to shake, Angelica Macesa didn't scream. She didn't run. She stood there, frozen, staring at the mountain that had given her life, now taking it away. The volcano roared like an angry god, swallowing everything she had ever known, her house, her crops, her childhood memories. In one night, her world turned to ash. Families ran, carrying children, crying for the old and the weak. Livestock scattered. The air burned with fear. And yet, deep inside that chaos, something inside Angelica refused to die. She had grown up in that same village, nestled in the shadow of Mount Mayon in the Philippines. She knew its moods, its beauty, its rage. Every eruption had a rhythm. But this one was different. This one didn't spare anything. When the sun rose the next morning, the village was gone. Just gray dust where laughter once lived. Most people would have left, and they did. But Angelica, she couldn't. She looked at the land, the ruins, the cracked soil, and she saw not destruction, but a challenge. She said to herself, if this mountain wants to test us, then we will learn to stand taller than its fire. She gathered the survivors. There were only a few dozen left, men, women, children, eyes filled with fear, hearts empty with loss. She told them, no one is coming to save us. We save ourselves. Her voice trembled, but her spirit did not. They had no money. No government plan. No architect. No engineer. But they had her, a mother with courage, faith, and unshakable belief that they could build again, and so they began. No blueprint. No electricity. Just will. Angelica studied the old maps of the region. She asked old farmers and elders where the lava had flowed before, where the ground cracked last time, how the earth had moved. She spent nights under candlelight, sketching with charcoal on pieces of broken wood. She thought, if we can't stop a volcano, we can outsmart it. And slowly, an idea formed, to build homes with deeper foundations, raised structures with stone walls that could deflect debris and withstand heat. She designed natural drainage to direct lava away from the village, inspired by ancient indigenous engineering. Every man and woman contributed, carrying stones, mixing clay, shaping walls with bare hands. It wasn't easy. Rain destroyed their early work. Supplies ran out. Some lost hope. But Angelica, she never once gave up. When others sat in silence, she whispered, we have already lost everything, what more can fear take from us? Months turned into years. The new village began to rise, stronger, safer, smarter. They called it Nueva Esperanza, New Hope. And then, the volcano erupted again. The people froze. The sky darkened once more. But this time, no one ran. They trusted Angelica. They stood inside their new homes, and waited. Lava flowed, but it didn't reach them. Ash fell, but their roofs held strong. For the first time in generations, the people of that land survived a full eruption, not by escaping it, but by facing it. When dawn broke, the village still stood, blackened, but unbroken. Tears fell, but not from fear, from pride. Angelica didn't just build houses. She built courage. She built knowledge that will last for generations. Today, her design has inspired multiple Filipino disaster-resilient programs. Her story isn't in textbooks. It's in the hearts of her people. She's not famous. She's not rich. She's not trending. But somewhere on a quiet hill, a woman sits outside her rebuilt home, watching her children play, and smiling at the mountain that once tried to destroy her. Because she won, her life whispers to every person who's ever been broken, you don't need permission to rebuild, you just need belief, because hope is the most powerful shelter you can ever build, and that's the truth of Angelica's story. She wasn't chosen. She chose herself. When life turned to fire, she became water. When everything crumbled, she became stone. When her people lost their voice, she became their echo. So if you're listening to this now, wondering if your dream can rise again after failure, if your life can rebuild after loss, remember Angelica. Remember that courage is not loud. It's silent. It's the decision to keep building while the ashes are still falling, because one person's strength can rebuild a world, and that person could be you.